Hi, this is Shannah, and this reading today is who you really are. Who are you really? And we're going to take a look into your being. So to find this out, we have these 3 piles here on display for you to choose from. So we have pile number 1 with the star, pile number 2 with the angel wings, and pile number 3 with this perfume bottle. Yeah. So take your time to choose one of the piles or one of the charms, and I will see you in a couple of moments. This is your reading here with the star. Now, I think the star, it really makes sense for you, pile number 1, because you are a star. We have the page of fire, so the page of wands. We have fire, we have world. The warrior woman, number 41, we have the sun, and we have transform with raven, number 40. Now, we have a lot of fire here. So yes, you are very, very fiery. You even have here fire salamander. Now, you're very fired. You're very passionate person. And you're someone that you may explode easily, but you may be very impulsive. And you may be quick to anger as well. And I'm saying this without any kind of judgment. You know, I think there's place for everything and a need for everything in this world. And because you're quick to anger, the interesting thing is like you don't stay mad for very long. You know, you react to things as they happen. Sometimes it may be not very diplomatic, or may even bring you trouble, or, you know, you just find yourself in trouble because of your, I was going to say big mouth, you know, like you just explode in the moment. But the thing is, you don't linger on the subject because you deal with it in the moment. You say your peace of mind, you communicate, you talk to other people, and there are reactions, maybe sometimes nicer, sometimes not that nice, but the situation is dealt with, and then you don't linger on it. You know, and then you can continue with your day, depending on the situation, of course. But you're someone also, you're not quick to anger because you're capricious, because you're spoiled, nothing like that. You see, you're quick to anger when there are injustices. We have here the warrior woman. So you're someone who's ready to fight for a cause. You're someone who's ready to fight for people's rights. You know, some of you could be activists, like on a larger scale, on a world scale. You're fighting for the rights of minorities, of refugees, of forsaken people, unjustly treated people on any level. So this is something that really gets your attention. It's like you have, although it sounds a bit strange, but I'm going to say it how I get it right now. You have a soft spot for the underdog. You know, oh, I see. And that's why we have the world. Because you really think on a larger scale. Even if you're not an activist, if you're not involved politically in any way, the thing is, for you, you see mankind as a whole. Meaning you believe, or many of you do, that every person is special. Every person has a gift. Every person has potential. And like I said, every person has a gift to give to the world, you see, and that no one can be truly free while one of us is enslaved in any way. You know, none of us can be considered rich if there's someone starving. You know, we cannot say we are evolved if there are children dying of starvation. And this is more or less the way you think. And so that's why you like to get involved in situations and to, you know, fight for equality between people and for all. It's like equality and justice for all, indeed. And if you're not involved in a global scale, then it will be on a more like microcosmos scale, like your family or your community, your friends. So you're someone who's very passionate, and you will defend your people, you will defend your family, your friends till the end. So you're someone they can count on. You're someone that you will raise your voice if you find injustice, if things are wrong. You will ask why. You will try to find solutions, right? It can be that, like, you won't be the one to find a solution many of the times, but you're the one that will kick the doors open. Because again, we have all this fire energy. So this is not a diplomatic, soft and subtle energy. You'll kick the doors open, and you'll open those doors for other people, to work with and to find solutions. And it's sometimes, so this kind of personality may not be very pleasing for other people, or other people don't like it that much, because many times people are afraid to speak their minds, and they prefer, to keep things quiet and hush things down just for the sake of harmony. But that's not you. But I think, like, what I see here also, especially here in these 4 cards, is like you have this very independent streak. So you're not really bothered with what the people think. I think the people that you love most, your inner circle, you're bothered with that. So you really care about what they think, and you like to have their support. But if people are in your inner circle, they know who you really are. So they won't judge you, or they won't reject you, right? Because they already know you and they love you for who you are. And so if people are from your outer circle, you're not really bothered with what they think, because, you're not doing I don't see here an ounce of evil. It's like you're not doing anything to hurt other people, actually quite the other way. You just may not be very diplomatic at times. Right. And if this disturbs other people, you're not really bothered with that, because, like I said, you want to kick that door open in order for justice to be able to come in, or a dialogue to start, to get people's attention to a certain topic, problem, or issue, or whatever it may be. Now, there's also another facet here, because some of you may not be, like very, very active, or it's not your main interest. But what I see here as well is a lot of creativity. You're a very, very creative person, and you do things from the heart. So, and by doing things from the heart, so it's not someone that can, that can create things on a schedule. You couldn't, just like be in a job from 9 to 5, and so now create. You probably would create something because you're so creative, but you create better or more meaningfully when you're free, when you can do whatever you want. So you have this independent streak, and it's like you like to follow your own rhythm, the rhythm of your heart, and you like to feel connected. And this connection, you're not like 24/7 connected to this creative realm, to your higher self. And so when it happens, then it just explodes. It's a beautiful explosion of creativity, and you can work hours on end, because you're so fired up with your own creativity. But the moment it wanes down, then you need that time of rest. Then you are soaking in ideas, soaking in the work of other people, inspiration. And it's not that you're soaking it in to copy it, because again, you're too independent to copy the work of other people, but it like opens your horizons, opens possibilities for your own creativity then to be expressed. And you see, I'm focusing more now here in these 4 cards. These ones will come. And I really like it that we have a lot of red and yellows, and here a lot of blue. There's a reason for that. And what I was going to say, yes. Then we have here Also, clarity. You're someone who really strives to think clearly. You like to be clear about your intentions. You like to be clear about your emotions. And it can be that sometimes you are confused, but you always strive for the light. You always strive for clarity. So I'm focusing here on the sun card now. And it's this spark of creativity, this spark of passion that gets things rolling. And it may be that sometimes in your life, things just seem to get out of control and just start, speeding up and gaining momentum. But you love that. It's like you're like pile number one, you're the kind of person that you love this rush, you love this passion, you love when things get a bit into chaos so you can reorganize it and reinvent yourself. And you also may be someone that has a lot of projects because you have many ideas. You're very, very creative. So you may have a lot of projects going on. And sometimes so this could be like your Achilles heel. It's very difficult to decide what to focus most, what's the priority. But the thing is, what I see here is do it with your heart, in the sense of if you feel more passionate about one project now, focus on that one. If the next day you're more passionate about the other one, then focus on that one. Because I have the feeling that you're able to balance it. You're able to make it work. You have the fire, you have determination, you have what it is needed. Now, I have here the focus of the heart in these two cards. And what I'm getting is that you may have or may have had a hurt heart, a wounded heart. Maybe has come from this life, from an early experience in life, or it has come from another life. Whatever the case, it's like this life you are dedicating, especially here with Transform with Raven, you are dedicating this lifetime to heal. You're dedicating this lifetime to make your heart whole. And it can be that for many of you, this will be in the love realm, in romantic relationships, through partners, through romantic experiences, sexual experiences. So it could be that you go that road in this lifetime. For many of you, this could be, again, your Achilles heel. And this could be also the only thing that makes you weak or makes you feel less than for some of you, right? And so, but you have all this fire supporting you. And here with the world is really bringing to a close, bringing a phase to a close, bringing a part of your life to a close. So a hurt, a transformation to a close, and starting a new life. So this is really like you reinvent yourself. It's like you go through the fire of purification in the sense of you identify the cause of your hurt, you heal, you burn it away in a positive sense, of course, and so that the true you can emerge and come into the light and you can show it to the world. Some of you, like I said, they have this creative streak. And because it's a lot of fire here, I see like you have to show yourselves. And I'm not saying like in a vain or narcissistic way. I'm saying show it's a need, it's a calling. You have to be on a stage in some way or in front of a camera. You have to talk to people. Probably many of you will be entertainers. You are so full of passion. And the thing is with the sun here and the warrior woman and the fire, all of them, what am I saying? It's like you someone, not only you fire yourself up, you fire other people, you instigate other people to become their best version, you inspire them, you can give them the best pep talks, and you really build people up. You help humanity rise. You inspire them to become their best version. Everyone, not only yourself, but themselves. And while you're inspiring others, you're inspiring yourself. So it's going both ways. It's like this flowing of energy, flowing of inspiration. And again, of course, when you have a lot of light, you'll also have darkness. But this darkness, like I said earlier, it's not evil. It's just like the shadow side, right? And your shadow side is, again, what's transforming you. So you're not afraid You're very, very brave. You're a very brave person, and you're not afraid to face your shadow side. You're not afraid to integrate it, to get to know it, to become friends with it, to heal it, to forgive yourself, and to use it in a positive way, in a creative way. And you know who you are. And I think this is also one of the goals of this lifetime is you knowing who you are and embracing it completely here with the world. You're embracing the world, you're embracing yourself. And because you get to know your own weaknesses, you know the weaknesses of the world. And when you love your own weaknesses, you love the weaknesses of the world. You understand that they're needed. You understand that it's part of growth, it's part of experiences, it's part of understanding who we are. Wow. Now, what else? I'm always getting like talking to the masses, talking to people, and that the only person standing in your way could be yourself, could be your own heart. But again, like I said, you're healing it. So you're undergoing different experiences in order to heal your heart. And the moment it is healed or it starts to feel stronger, you also, of course, you feel stronger. And you begin to shine brightly, and it's then very difficult not to see you and not to take you seriously. And this taking seriously, this is important because we have the Page of Fire, and the Page of Fire is still quite a bit of an immature energy. So it's like it's always the beginning of something. But you are growing, and I think like you are the one who thinks less of yourself, or that you think you're not a grown-up yet, or that you'll be an eternal child, like a Peter Pan complex kind of thing. But I don't think here you being childish, right? I think you keep your inner child alive. You have a lot of fun. You laugh a lot is the energy I'm getting as well. You love to laugh. You're a bit mischievous. You're really, really fun to be around. So it's not just aggressive and kicking doors down. No, you're very, very fun, and very creative, and very sometimes bubbly. But when I talking about the shadow side, it can be then that you find that you're never ready, to do what you want to do. That it can be like you're also a bit a perfectionist, and that you always think that you're not ready, that you should be better or have more skill, or that the others are better. You may compare yourself to the rest of the world. But the cards here are actually telling you it's understandable if you think that of yourself, but it's not a representation of the truth. We have here woman, warrior woman. You are a woman. You are the sun. You are the star. And it's time that, you transform this. Not that you lose your inner child, you can keep it, but this thought that you are less than, or that you're not ready, that it's not accurate. And this is the transformation that has to occur, so that you can, own your power. Yeah. And you're very, very powerful, pile number one, and you may be a bit afraid of it. You are very, very powerful. So now I would like to get you some advice as well. I have here the Spirit Animal Oracle. So for pile number one, what's the advice? Let's get to cards. Okay, so what is the advice for pile number one? There's one. It's time to let go. And I think this time to let go has exactly to do with this transformation here with Raven, letting go of outdated ideas of yourself, of success, of who you're supposed to be or not to be. Don't hold on. It's really follow your passion. What is your passion now? what should you be doing now, according to your heart? What should you be doing now? What do you want to do now? And let go of old grievances, let go of old lovers, that may still hold you back or hold your energy down. It's really the invitation here is to come into your power, come into your strength, to your freedom. Another card, please. Yeah, that's what I said. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Yeah, like I said, the only person that may be holding you down is yourself. Of course, it may have reasons. Other people put you down in the past, or, important people didn't believe in you or didn't support you the way you needed, especially as a child. But you know better now, and you're stronger. You can forgive them for their ignorance. It's okay. But now it's time that you believe in yourself and that you love your inner child and give your inner child everything it needs. And bottom of the deck here is the bad spirit. A rebirth is assured. So again, you're transforming. So one more card of advice here now from the Whispers of Love. Pile number 1. What is the advice here for pile number 1? Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier, that for many of you, your vortex of transformation is your romantic partnerships. And they are the perfect playground, so to say, in order to see how you really tick, how you really work, how you react to situations, how your heart feels, where the wound lies, so you can heal, so you can bring it to light and heal it. And become whole again, become complete. And pile number 1, this was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2 with the angel wings, this is your reading. And here your element is water. And they have a lot of blues here, right? But there's water, there's fire, there's air. So you seem to be like a very complete person, actually, right? Maybe a bit of earth is missing, but still, I don't really think so. Because here with the wisdom card, with Metis, I see you being very grounded as well, being also very linked to nature. And yes, you're very linked to nature, you're very grounded, and also very connected to the cycles of nature, and your understanding that everything in life is a cycle, that everything in life returns and evolves like a spiral. So it's always growing, always developing. Here with this water card, what I find interesting is that it makes you very adaptable. You're a very adaptable person. You don't go against the grain unless you feel that it's needed. The situation asks for it, especially here with a thunderstorm. So you can be, you can start a storm, right? But the water makes you very adaptable in the sense you adapt to any circumstances, you make the most of any circumstance, and you take life as it is. You don't see challenges as something negative, as a tragedy or something, that as a punishment. You actually take challenges as with defiance. It's like bring it on kind of energy, but in a fun way, also like a mischievous way, almost like, okay, let's see what this leads. Let's see how we can work this out. And I see that you've gathered a lot of wisdom here with the Metis card. Again, I'm very attracted to this card, so it's really calling me out. You've gathered a lot of wisdom throughout the ages. So I think like those who chose pile number 2 are an old soul, very, very wise. You've seen a lot, not only in this lifetime, but like I was saying, in other lifetimes as well. That's why I felt inclined to say through the ages. And you're not afraid of life. You're not afraid of new beginnings here with the Fool. You're always ready to start anew, to reinvent yourself, to try something out, to take a risk. And when I see these 2 cards here, funnily enough, Wild Winds and Thunderstorm, what I get, those who sow winds collect storms. But you're not afraid of that. You're someone who's not afraid to speak your own mind. You're not afraid, like I say, to try out life, to see what happens, to go to the next challenge, to just throw yourself into the unknown and try it out, try a new path. It's like, because I think at some level you've understood that life is a collection of experiences. And you want those experiences. You're very in touch with your soul. Here with water, again, you're very in touch with your soul. You're very intuitive. And you may also be a healer of some sort, right? Be it like a physical healer, like a doctor or a counselor, or you can be like a spiritual healer as well. So working with energy. Be it spiritual energy, be it earth energy, you're working. At the end of the day, everything is spiritual, but you're a healer. And for some of you, you just need to stand in a room and you're healing people. And some of you have realized this, that people feel better when you're around. People feel more at ease when you're around. People can breathe better. People smile more when you're around. And they're not really understanding that it's you, but some of these people may also feel like attracted to you, like a moth to the flame, because of this water. You have this really soft energy about you, and this attracts them to you. Some of you don't like this, and that's why you put your barriers up. And, because it's very tiring to deal with everyone else's energy. But I think like many of you, you're the person to go to ask for advice, they feel protected by you because you're very fierce. You're not just soft, you're also very fierce. And they know that you will protect them no matter what, For some of you, this could be even a feeling of a mother figure, even if you don't like the term, because some of you won't like it. Others of you will love it. So take it as it resonates with you. Because especially here with these wild winds, there's a part of you that believes that people should be responsible for themselves and not always trying to find someone to fight their battles, to take their responsibility, to, carry out their chores, so to say, be it spiritual or otherwise. And you want people, or you would like people to be more responsible for themselves, because this is something that you've learned, to be responsible for your own actions. That's why, for instance, you can start winds, you can start storms, but you are mature enough and self-knowing enough and strong enough as well to take the consequences of your actions. Because it's not that you start a storm just like that. You know what you're doing, either you're being provoked or people need to be put in their places if they're not showing you respect. And or there's a situation that needs changing, and it's like this reaction may cause chaos at first, but will bring the desired change. So, and this with the Fool, it could be like start of a new life. It could be the call of change, the call of chaos in order to reorganize, reshuffle the cards. So you have like it seems like a contradiction, but I think it's really, really nice. And remember, I said like a moth to a flame. So I know I have the glare here, but I'll show it to you. See these beautiful stars. So people see these stars, and sometimes you're a bit defensive about this because, again, you may not want this attention, or not always, and people seem to run to you because they see this light in you and they want to they feel protected by you again, or understood, or maybe they'll just bask in your light or just use your light to get attention to themselves. And this sometimes is a bit of an unwanted attention, and you may like put your barrier up in order to protect yourself, like I was saying earlier. But this thunderstorm is like also, what am I doing? See, here's a thunderstorm and wind. This is you. And but I was saying it's like to own your power as well. But I think you do. I have this feeling, like I said, you're very grounded. You're very in your energy, and you have this water energy that makes you very intuitive, very connected to the soul of the world, to the knowledge of the universe. So it's not just your own knowledge. You're very, very connected. And like I said, you just understand that life is change, life is experience. And you want to collect that experience. You want to have it. You want to feel it. You want to taste it. So you can be also a very sensual person. And what's the best is, like I said, like after the storms, there comes this clearing of air, this rebirth. It's funny, because I'm getting the vibe that it's a bit similar to pile one. If you'd like to see it, be my guest. But pile one is fire energy, and here we have more water energy. Although it's another element, is a bit similar. It's like you have the same effect or a similar effect on the world, but through another element, acting in a different way. So you might be quite similar, but different at the same time, if that makes sense at all. That's what I'm getting. You're also very in touch with your emotions, and you're not apologetic. And you may defend yourself from people that do not get you. You may seem a bit reserved, so you don't show yourself completely to people. Not even if you've known them for years. It's like, to know you, people really have to earn that right. It's people have to earn your trust. And people may know you for years without really knowing your inner world. You're very protective, right? Because it's very pure, and it can be easily hurt as well. And because your inner core, put it that way, can be easily hurt, it's not weak, but it's vulnerable, and because, oh, what a beautiful thought. Yeah, okay. And because you love yourself so much, you don't want other people to hurt you. You see what I mean? It's like you have so much respect for yourself, you have so much respect for your own heart, that you don't allow just anyone in your inner circle. So people really have to deserve that right. They really have to work for it, and to really prove they're trustworthy, and that they really understand who you are. And that may be the reason why, for instance, you put sometimes a facade of being hard to get, yes, but be it unapproachable, and you cause that wind and storm like around you, and only the bravest and people who really get you will dare to cross that boundary in order to get to the heart of you, where all this wisdom and where all this beauty lies. They can sense it from the outside. That's why I was saying they're like drawn to you like a moth to a flame. But not everyone is allowed in your inner circle, in your heart. They really have to put in the work, because again, you've seen people, people, and you also know what you're capable of, even unconsciously, because sometimes people hurt other people without really wanting to. They're just reacting to some part of themselves without even realizing that they're causing damage, or not even wanting to, but they just do it. And so you're very careful with that, right? But you also you can forgive easily, you can understand people, but doesn't mean that you allow them in. Anyway, it's not that you hate people, it's not that you find everyone stupid and mean. No, it's just you keep people at a distance until they've proven worthy of your realm, so to say. Wow. Yeah. But again, also here, a bit like pile number 1 again, you're also always reinventing yourself. There's always a rebirth here. And you always, it's like you go through an experience. It could be painful, could be joyous. And after you're through with that experience, it's like you wake up fresh and asking the morning, okay, what's next? It's like your soul is always basking and having fun with whatever comes next. And it's a very, very positive attitude. And sometimes, of course, life can be very, very chaotic. And maybe sometimes you don't understand why here's all this happening. But a part of you is like, wow, this is an experience. Let's take all the knowledge, let's take all the data we can get from this experience, and you grow. A part of you really likes the chaos. Another part, of course, the ego usually doesn't. But you're very strong. You're very, very strong, and you actually can deal with any situation because you're very adaptable, you're very wise, and you can make the most of any situation. So before I start or continue repeating myself, let's get some advice here for pile 2. So some advice. Okay, we have overcome any obstacle. So yeah, this is your nature. And we have take a leap of faith. You got many cards. We have 4 cards for you. Okay, let's use them all. If the universe wants to share this with us, it's because it's important. So then we have be spirit, sweet results await, and use your mind wisely. Again, wisdom. Bottom of the deck, miracles are endless. And I think that's something you experience in your life. It's like every time you may think you hit a rock bottom, there's always a helping hand. There's always a turn of events that kind of save your situation. But you can overcome any obstacle. Like I said, you can deal with any situation. You adapt. You are strong. You are very resourceful as well. And you're not afraid, like I was saying earlier, and it goes very well here with the Fool, to take a leap of faith. You trust the universe. You have actually, no matter how bad things can turn, you have this unwavering faith that things will turn out in your favor, that everything has a reason to be, that we live in a how do you call it now? In a loving universe. That's another word, but now I forgot. But in a universe that has the best in mind for you, and a universe that always has your back, and you know that always the result will always be positive, will always be favorable. And here the advice is really, here's like not to forget that you can overcome any obstacle. So just take that leap of faith, go after what you love, and believe and know, more than believing, know that whenever you do what you love, the sweet results will be there. And, and also hear the advice of using your mind wisely, not to be tainted by fear, not to be tainted by prejudice. And I don't think you are. I think you're a very open-minded person. And Ah, okay. So what I'm getting here, because this is a sentence I came up with some years ago, and I'm not saying that I'm not coining the sentence because anyone can come up with it, but it's a realization I got. That's it. And it's like you can be intelligent, but it doesn't mean you're clever. You see? Because and that was when I said that I was talking about myself. And then it's like sometimes you can be very knowledgeable, you can be very intelligent, and you can talk about anything in the world, but for instance you're not street clever or you're not business clever. You cannot make all your talent, you cannot, or your all your knowledge and so on, you cannot turn it into money, for instance, because you don't know how, or there's something there. And here is, I think that's what this card is telling you, you know, to, because you also have so much knowledge, you are so wise, you have so, and you're so intuitive, and it's like using your mind wisely is how to turn this, all this knowledge and talent, to your benefit and to the benefit of those that you love, your family, for instance. So to learn to use this in a clever way in order to make the most of your talents so you can live a comfortable life and feel happy. Yeah. So I'd like to get you another advice. And it's also telling you, like, plan. Of course, take a leap of faith, but also be sure, you know, that you have a plan B, you know, so that you don't have to land on your face every time, you know, every time things go south, so that you don't land on your face and you have to start from zero again. And this is also like, you know, have a plan B. If you go after what you want, have a plan B so that you even feel safer. So we have spent quality time together. It's imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. So I think the card says enough. Spend time with those you love, have fun, and yeah, find room and time for family, for loved ones, for friends, for your significant other, and yeah, enjoy the time, make it special. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it resonates, I hope it inspires you, and I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3, here with the perfume bottle. This is your reading, and it's so interesting that you got the perfume bottle for your pile. Okay, because you see here beauty way, right? Now I'm going to be a bit literal about it. So here what I see, the first thing I see is you're very beautiful. And some of you probably don't think that of yourselves. Others know already that you're very beautiful. And beauty comes in different layers. Don't forget that. And there's many layers here as well. So you can be all of them. You can have some of them. It's up to you. But I see here beauty. I see here grace. I see here gentleness. I see here elegance. Yes, elegance is the word. A lot of elegance, grace, and a really fine sense of beauty. And you like the finest things in life. And I see here also a very strong connection to fashion. Could be makeup, could be perfumes, could be, fashion as clothing as well, hair, nails. You pay attention to details. You love everything that is connected to beauty. And like I said, this is in different levels. So as we have on one level, the part of fashion, okay? Then we have the part of art. So you can be an artist, and you can be a makeup artist. Ta-da. So, but what I was saying is also an artist, but it's like I see here something delicate. And being an artist can go in different directions, right? Because you can be a painter, you can be a sculptor, you can be a writer, you can be a speaker, you could be an actor, a musician, you can be a baker, like sculpting beautiful things on cakes like I sometimes see on Instagram, and it's delicious and beautiful at the same time. So you can be a sculptor, like a real sculptor. I'm not saying the bakers are not real sculptors. I'm getting myself now into trouble. But what I'm saying is like sculptor. And but it's like fine arts. There's something here, like I was saying, there's something delicate about you. It's like almost like an elf kind of. I'm even getting a picture of a musician that's very in right now, like a guitarist, but I forgot his name, so I'm sorry, but he looks like an elf. Looks very, very beautiful. But there's something like almost otherworldly about you. But this is just an impression, I'm not saying that it's fake, but this is like just what people see first, is their first impression of you, because you are powerful. You are the emperor here. You can build your own empire, and some of you are already doing it, and some of you already have it. So you're building your own empire. You're very strong. You know your own value. You are aware that you are sacred. You are aware of your self-worth. For some of you who are watching this and you feel, well, I don't feel that way, or I'm just telling you, not yet. Because if you're not there yet, you're well on your way, to be in your own power, to be in your own strength, to feel amazing. So you're almost there. But this power is not a violent power. You can be, make no mistake, if you're defending your territory, if you're defending your people, your family, your community, you will become a lioness. This is a male lion, but you know what I mean. You will become this raging lion and you will protect your own. But this power is that you display is there, is strong, is almost palpable, but it's very soft at the same time. So you're not aggressive. It's like, and you don't need to. It is very interesting here in your being is you don't need to be aggressive. You don't need, for instance, pile number 1 was more like kicking down doors. That's their vibe and they feel happy about it. But your vibe is very powerful, but you just are. And no one questions it. It's just, this power just kind of vibrates around you and people feel it and acknowledge it. So no one will mess around with you just like that. No one will dare. And it's like you get into a position in life where you're almost untouchable, when it comes to power. It's like you can become extremely successful. Either some of you will be already or are on your way to be successful, but you will be extremely successful if you wish to. And this is also here quite important, pile number 3, that you remember only if you wish to. You don't have to do anything that you don't want. And here's the good thing about this card, Beauty Way, because it's like you always choose what is best for you. And of course, this sounds logical, and we think we all do that. Well, we don't always all do that, right? We all have our programs and patterns and so on. But here the card is almost like an advice. It's telling you, always choose what is beautiful for you, what is nicer for you, what feels better for you. And again, it sounds logical, but it's not as logical as it seems. It's just because it's logical doesn't mean that it's the norm. Okay? And the more you follow that beauty path, and it could be a career, but it could be something how you feel and how you see your environment, right? The more you follow what is beautiful for you, the more successful you will be, the happier you will be. And that can take any form. So it doesn't have to be success, manifested as money or career. It could be just being happy, or having a happy family, or having, wonderful friends, or traveling a lot, or whatever it may be. So each one of you will have another idea of success, right? And you as well, you're very connected to nature here. We have here with forest bathing, you're someone who needs to retreat for certain periods of time in order to find your balance. Maybe you go to a spa, or you just go hiking, or you just go, to a retreat, a spiritual retreat. But you need those moments of silence. You need to detox in order to cleanse your body, cleanse your soul from, from this, from the world, from the routine, from all the toxins we're exposed to every day. And I see here your body is very sensitive to poison, to toxins, to stress. You're very sensitive, especially here with the Page of Water. You have this really powerful demeanor, this really strong personality, but you're also very sensitive at the same time, which is wonderful because it's good to have both poles. It makes you more balanced and makes you able to relate to other people in a better way. But because of this more sensitive pole of yours, then you need to retreat. You need to find that inner balance. You need to cleanse yourself on a probably not on a daily basis, but very often, maybe more often than other people. But again, this sensitive is cannot speak now. This sensitive is not something that you show to other people, not to everyone, because you are sacred. So you really take yourself seriously. You're very respectful with yourself. You really love yourself. And again, like I told you earlier, if you're not there yet, you're learning to love yourself, to respect yourself, and to give yourself the best. Then what I find here also with the Page of Water and the communication. So again, we have here this intuition, yes, but also creativity. There's a lot of creativity, artistic sensibility, artistic creativity. And many of you use words to express this. So what I have here is that you communicate in a beautiful way. You have a beautiful way of speaking. It may be your voice that is beautiful. And maybe you have a beautiful singing voice as well. So the way you speak, the way you articulate, the tone of your voice is very pleasing to other people. And through that, you can really get your message across. You can really reach people. You can influence them. Maybe some of you are influencers, or you wish to be. So if you work at it, you can do it. And people love listening to you or reading. So some of you will be the written word. I can see poetry and I can see novels as well. You have a beautiful way of expressing yourself, a beautiful way of putting your thoughts, your knowledge into words in a very poetic way, in a way that makes other people dream, and in a way that heals other people. And some of you could even be reading like the telephone book. For some of you don't know what the telephone book is, research it. Just reading the telephone book, and it would be like poetry for the other people. So you have that way about you. So like I said, it's not just your exterior appearance, not just your exterior appearance, it's also the way you move. Some of you will be dancers as well. And some of it will be all of this. It's the way you move, it's the way you talk, is your laughter. You may have a really beautiful laughter. The tone of your voice is amazing. And you have the most beautiful laughter as well. I can see some of you now. Wow. The most beautiful smile. And many of you, because this is Iris, you'll have also beautiful eyes. And some of you will be really clear. And clear is not just the color of the iris. It will be the eyes are very clear and they're very sparkly. And you communicate through your eyes as well. People sometimes just know what you're thinking through your eyes. They're very expressive and they're very beautiful. For some of you, they also have very mysterious eyes as well. But you like something that strikes. People, they can lose themselves in your eyes. So they're very, very beautiful. And like I said earlier as well, you may be into fashion or beauty related themes, but also healing. Here with Page of Water and Forest Bathing. So this has to do with healing as well, in the sense maybe you like stuff related to spa, to well-being, also a bit of this white magic direction. And also what I see here, that your main interest, if we're going now into a career path, your main interest is to empower, especially women, empower people, but especially women, but to encourage them to accept themselves as they are, to love themselves, to make them feel beautiful, to make them feel desirable, to make them feel great about themselves and happy. It's like you've discovered that fashion and beauty can heal minds, can heal the spirit, and make people really, really happy, and change their attitude towards themselves and life. Wow, this is so beautiful, pile 3. But I see here, despite all this, some of you will be lawyers. I'm just getting this. Like some of you will be more interested in law, the more practical side of life, so to say. But you'll be doing this with a high sense of justice, and in order, again, to empower people and to bring more beauty into the world. And more beauty through hope, through bringing more light. Yeah, in that sense. And it doesn't matter if you're a lawyer or if you're in another profession, whatever it may be, you're still very linked to all these things that I mentioned earlier, be it fashion, be it art, be it healing. It's like, if you don't do it professionally, you do it as a hobby, or you're very interested in it, and it kind of inspires you, and you're able to bring it all together in order to put your point across, to put your message across, to bring your message to the world, and to help your message also to reach the right people and to have the right effect. And I see a lot of happiness, a lot of smiles, a lot of hugging people. You're someone who's very sociable. You're someone who really loves the light side of life and celebrates it. And you may have lots of acquaintances. You're surrounded by people, and people that have the same tastes, people that love fashion as well, or art. So you love to be surrounded by beautiful people, beautiful things. And it's not a question of having money or not having money. It's what you like, what you love. And you're very agreeable. You have a very agreeable nature. You're very, very nice in a positive way. You smile easily, and you put people at ease easily as well. Because at first I was telling you, oh, you're so powerful, but you're powerful, but relatable. You can talk to people, but it's like you are then in a position, your position is untouchable, but you are relatable. I hope it makes sense here. Wow. Yeah. So let's get you some advice. Pile number 3. So advice for pile number 3, please. Advice for pile number 3. Give me a second. Oh, there you go. Buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Yeah, and that's the feeling I get here with the Emperor. You'll never be wanting. You'll never stay wanting. So life will always be generous with you. You always have whatever you want, actually. It's like you just have to ask and it will be given. It's beautiful. So, what else? There you go. Trust in divine detours. This is really nice because sometimes life has other plans. But the good thing here with this card is telling you you'll always get what you want. But it won't be, so some of the times it won't be the way you want it. You know, it will be a bit different or it will take another route, but you always end up getting what you want. So if things don't turn out immediately the way you want it, just relax. It's just the universe taking another turn so that you get everything that you're supposed to get and not just one part of it, okay? Because it's like the universe telling you, remember, the abundant universe will provide. It's like you want this, but the universe has this and this and this and this and this and this in store for you. So it wants to give you a lot more. So just be a little patient, trust it, because you will get rewarded for your patience. And bottom of the deck, we have life is a mystery. So just surrender. Life is a mystery. Just trust and go with the flow. Let's get another advice card now from the Whispers of Love deck. So, this one. Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Yeah, I think the card speaks for itself. It's just like kindness is so beautiful. It brings happiness to everyone involved. And the cards are not saying that you're not kind, because you are, but you know, just share your kindness with the world more often. And remember that doing good to the others is doing good to yourself. And I don't know, I think here it's like the universe saying, when the universe gives you what you want, remember to share it, celebrate it, and have fun. So, pile number 3, this was your reading. I hope it resonates with you. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you.